Hi, my name is Anjali Sanga, and my paper is called The Wealth Trap: How Collateral Requirements Exclude Talented Entrepreneurs. Here's the puzzle. To start a business, you need a loan. To get a loan, you need collateral, and collateral depends on wealth, not how good your idea is. Evans and Jovanovic showed in 1989 that the link between wealth and entrepreneurship is driven by credit restraints, not ability. The asset earnings correlation fades over time, which tells us that wealth is a screening artifact rather than a genuine signal of quality. In the US in 2024, the top income quintile earned over 80 times more than the self employment income of the bottom. That's not a talent gap, that's a structural feature of how credit markets work. The model I developed formalizes why. There are two types of entrepreneur: high ability and low ability. Lenders can observe wealth, but not ability, so they use collateral as a screening device. That's rational. But it also filters on wealth. A high ability poor entrepreneur and a low ability poor entrepreneur look identical to the lender. The collateral threshold, C star, is determined entirely by the information structure of the market, not by productive potential. Entry requires wealth above C star, regardless of ability. The model gives three predictions. C star falls when lenders can better distinguish types, rises with outside wages, and falls with relationship lending. The causal test comes from Denmark. A mortgage reform unlocked home equity differentially across households. Entry rose 14% on average and 28% for those with the most equity unlocked. Critically, the entire response was among people with entering industries with no prior experience, exactly where information asymmetry is at its most severe. Among experienced individuals, zero response. The constraint is informational, not financial. UK data reinforces this. 52% of ethnic minority led businesses were rejected for finance versus 22% of white led businesses, with the British Business Bank attributing this explicitly to a lack of collateral and track record. Relationship lending helps. Lenders who build long term relationships accumulate soft information that reduces collateral requirements. But it can't solve pre entry exclusion. You need to already be in the market to benefit from a relationship, and getting in requires meeting the collateral threshold first. Two policy responses follow. Credit guarantees covering fraction gamma of default losses reduce the effective threshold to 1 minus gamma times C star. The community development financial institutions build relationships with early stage borrowers before the threshold is reached. Both target the information problem, not the capital shortage. The stakes are generational. The children of entrepreneurs accumulate wealth that then qualifies them for credit. The children of excluded high ability individuals don't, regardless of the talent they've inherited. This is a self reinforcing dynamic process. And it's amenable to reform because its root cause is an information problem, not a real difference in productive potential. Thank you for listening.